Welcome to Answered Faith, where we seek to strengthen our trust in God by exploring His Word and engaging honestly with our doubts. I'm Duke Tabor, and today we'll look at the remarkable story of the Canaanite woman in Matthew 15 and Mark 7. In just 5 minutes, we'll see how her persistent faith against all odds can inspire us to press into Jesus with humility, courage, and unwavering trust. Imagine living in a culture that shuts you out at every turn. The Canaanite woman was a Gentile from the region of Tyre and Sidon, areas looked down upon by Jewish people as unclean and idolatrous. Being both a Gentile and a woman, she faced a double barrier, Jews and shepherded by male rabbis. Yet when her daughter was tormented by a demon, this unnamed mother did something astonishing. She went after Jesus. She shouted, "Have mercy on me, Lord, Son of David. My daughter is severely demon-possessed." By calling him Son of David, she revealed that she believed Jesus was the Messiah, even though she was an outsider to God's covenant people. As she cried out, Jesus remained silent. His disciples urged him to send her away. They felt her persistence was a distraction. Then Jesus said something startling. "I was sent only to the lost sheep of Israel." At first glance, his words seemed to exclude her, but he was underscoring the mission's priority, first to Israel, then to all nations. He paused, testing her resolve. This moment shows us that sometimes God's apparent silence or delay is not rejection, but an invitation to deeper faith. Undeterred, the woman knelt before Jesus, her humility shining through. She did not demand a miracle. She pleaded for mercy. Jesus then said, "It is not right to take the children's bread and toss it to the dogs." In that culture, calling Gentiles dogs would have been harsh, yet Jesus used that language to probe her faith. The woman replied, "Yes, Lord, but even the dogs eat the crumbs that fall from their master's table." Here she showed extraordinary humility. She did not protest his words or flee in anger. Instead, she acknowledged her unworthiness while affirming her faith that even a crumb of Jesus' mercy would heal her daughter. Her response illustrates how true faith can be both humble and bold. Humble enough to accept our lowly position, yet bold enough to trust in God's power. Jesus looked at her and declared, "Woman, you have great faith. Let it be done for you as you wish." Instantly, her daughter was healed. Through this encounter, Jesus taught that faith transcends ethnic or social divisions. He demonstrated that the kingdom of God is open to all who come to him in faith, regardless of background. The Canaanite woman's persistence reveals that when we bring our deepest needs to Jesus with humility, he honors our faith, even if the path seems blocked or prayer feels unanswered. What lessons can we draw? First, faith often requires breaking through barriers, cultural, social, or personal, that say we don't belong or that we have no right to approach God. The Canaanite woman faced contempt, but she focused on Jesus' authority and compassion. Second, silence from Jesus is not always denial. Sometimes he allows a delay to clarify our motives and to grow our dependence on him. Third, humility and persistence go hand in hand. True faith acknowledges our unworthiness while pressing in, believing that even a small measure of God's grace is enough. Fourth, God's mercy is inclusive. Although Jesus' earthly mission began with Israel, his ultimate work was to extend salvation to every nation. This Gentile woman foreshadows the wider mission we see in Acts and Paul's letters, where the gospel breaks down dividing walls. As we reflect, let us ask ourselves, what barriers, fear, pride, shame, are keeping us from approaching Jesus with full confidence? Do we allow cultural expectations or past failures to silence our petitions? Are we willing to persist in prayer even when our cries seem to echo into silence? The Canaanite woman's example shows us that when we persist in faith, God meets us with compassion and power, even when everything within us thinks we do not deserve it. Before we close, I want to invite you to go deeper with us. If you're ready to cultivate a faith that perseveres through doubt and cultural barriers, click the link in the description to get our 13-week Bible study on faith. This in-depth study will guide you through foundational truths, help you wrestle with questions, and equip you to live out a faith that overcomes every obstacle. Whether you feel like an outsider or you're struggling to believe in God's goodness, this study will encourage you and strengthen your trust in Him. Thank you for listening today. May the Canaanite woman's humble persistence inspire you to cry out to Jesus and receive the grace that only He can give. I'm Duke Tabor. Keep walking by faith even when the path seems unseen. God bless.